All right, guys, we're back. So today we're gonna make a different taco. I wanted to use that same meat that we do. So every time you make something like this, you're always gonna have some leftovers. So what better to do than just to put it in a taco? You can't go wrong with a good taco. So I'm gonna show Bree a different way to use this meat. Like I said, so far we're about 30 bucks invested into the meat. Everybody knows meat prices have gone up. It's no big deal. We're gonna continue to eat it, obviously, but you can do this with chicken, you can do this with beef, you can do this with pork. There's a lot of different ways you can do this with. So I'm just kind of showing you a little different because I do love the way these ribs came out. They're amazing. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grill an Anaheim pepper. So the Anaheim peppers, I'm gonna tell you right now, you got a hit or a miss. Some Anaheim peppers are super hot, some are very mild. So you want to make sure that if you're not a hot person like Bree, she told me she doesn't really like that spice too much. So we're gonna make sure that I already I've already cut these and done everything on these, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. So we're gonna go ahead and switch camera angles. We're gonna go through, first thing I got is a skewer. I like my nice little skewer, so I'm gonna go through, and this is the easier way that you're not gonna burn your hands. So then I got this perfect. So now I can go onto my gas stove and roast this all the way around. So the key is to get that char everywhere because you want that skin to come out, and that gives out that flavor. So then I got my little baggie here, so you're gonna put it back into a bag. Once you put it in a bag, the moisture kind of sets in, and it basically what it does is it releases the skin. So after that, it's easy to peel. So I got peeled peppers right here, like ready to rock. So let me show you how we do this. So we'll switch cameras right now. So now you can see I got my grill going, or my gas going right now. So we're gonna set this right on here. So the nice thing about having a skewer is I can set it like that and not burn my hands. So I can toss this thing around, get all that bubbling feeling. But what you're gonna see is it's gonna get that char on it. See how it's already going? And I'm just gonna keep turning it like a rotisserie kind of, just getting every angle of this thing burnt. So once that happens, as soon as it's all done, we're gonna put it back into this baggie right here. I got a little bag, and like I said, you have to put it in a bag. If you put it in a bag, it literally will release that skin and make it easier to peel. And then we're gonna take the seeds out of it, take the skin out of it, and then we're gonna make some tacos with it. So. All right, guys, so as you can see right here, I got my zero net carbs tortillas. I love these guys. I've been using these for a while. You really can't taste the difference between this and a regular tortilla. So I love them because honestly, guess what? I've lost a lot of weight from them. So I only eat a couple of them a day, but these are amazing tortillas. I also got my Mexican style cheese. I like that nice, bold slice. I don't like it shredded too fine. I got my comal on. This thing's been heating up for a good minute. And I also got my pan on here. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna cut some onions up. I wanna caramelize those onions. Then I'm gonna put that meat on top of it with a little bit of that juice and let it just get all married and funny. So then when I put my tortillas down, we're gonna make basically almost like a quesadilla, but I'm gonna put my chili on top, put my meat on there, and then we're gonna get a very, very, very good taco. So give me a sec, I'm gonna cut up some onions real quick. All right, guys, so now we're gonna cut up some onions. I'm just gonna get a nice thin slice. It's about good right there. Then we're gonna go in with some avocado oil in our nice hot pan that we got going on over here. And these are some Spanish sweet onions, so these are really nice. They've got a good flavor. You hear that crisp? That's what I want. I want that pan to be nice and hot. Get my spoon. Spread these out. I want to get a nice char on them because what's going to happen is we're going to bring the sweetness out of these. So we want these to have that flavor that we want. So these are going to go perfect with the onion, especially with a good meat that has a lot of marbling in it, so you got lots of fat content. This is gonna, that sweetness is gonna bring back to that savory, so we're gonna have a taco that's gonna be amazing. And all I'm gonna do to this, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, pepper. Just sprinkle a little light salt. Little black pepper. And then I'm gonna get some sugar, because I like a little bit of sugar on it. Just a little pinch. Just like that. All right, we're gonna let these brown. We'll come back here in a second and show you what they look like when they're nice and caramelized. Then we're gonna top it with the meat, so that way we get all those flavors together. And then we're gonna make burrito taco that she has never had before. So.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe you want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna get some of these short ribs. As you notice, look at that, right off the bone. So I'm gonna cut some of this up for our tacos. So much flavor in this. If you haven't had short ribs, you're missing out. If you haven't had oxtail, you're missing out. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna go straight to the pan with this, because I got my onions already grilling, so. Got a nice char going. And we're gonna get a little bit of this juice in here. We're gonna let this cook for about five or so minutes, just to let it cook down, so that way all those flavors kind of marry. And then at this point, I remember I used to have a little bit of my seasoning left that I had. My mom's cool little thing she gave me, so I'm gonna season this up just a little bit. Just like so. Look at that beautiful caramelization of those onions. That's going to be a nice little sweet hint to this meat. And like I said, I want this to cook down, so I want all those flavors to marry. So I'll give it about 5 minutes and we'll get back to assemble our tortillas.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe you want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
All right, so I'm gonna cut up a little bit of cilantro. The meat's ready to rock. Looks delicious, smells delicious. And then I wanna cut up a little bit of fresh avocado. This is gonna give that earthiness, creamy texture that I like to the taco. Since we already got our sweet and savory, we want a little bit of, kind of taste everything, you know, hit the taste buds from all angles. Oh, done. All right, we got our peppers here. So now what we're gonna do, I want you guys to come see me actually assemble this taco, so that way you got what I'm doing. So if you guys want, come on over. First, we're gonna put our tortillas on a nice warm comal. And then we see how our meat, all those caramelized onions and all that meat just got all that caramelization on there. I got some shrimp still cooking here because we're gonna throw a little shrimp on one of them for her just so she can try both. So we're gonna put some of our cheese here on top of our tacos. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get our Anaheims here. Cut a nice piece of that Anaheim. Both these tacos. It's kind of layering the flavors here. These aren't very spicy. I already tried them, so I know she's not going to be on fire. So we're good there. And then what I want to do is add some of this meat here. Perfect. I got my shrimp going here. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a couple shrimps on one of these guys just so she can have some of that flavor on there. And then we'll be back with Brie. See how she likes it. Some fresh avocado on there. And with a little bit of homemade salsa. Perfect. All right, guys, we're back. Brie.
So excited.
How was your first meal first? Let's just talk about that.
I don't think, I have very high expectations, but I don't think that you can top what you've just done.
She said that already, so we're here to top it. So what we got here now, Brie, is we got that same ribs that we just used. Now I got some Anaheim chilies in here. We got the carb net tortillas, which are my favorites. A little bit of Mexican cheese, and then also topped it with a fresh salsa that I did 2 different tacos for you because we still had some shrimp left. So I'm gonna see that serve and serve feel, but let's go bite into the one for sure. We got those caramelized onions in there, so you should get a nice sweet hint of flavor in there with that meat.
The more messy, the better?
Oh,
Is
by
that
far,
the
I
rule?
would buy that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm gonna take all of the, all of it.
Gotta have that avocado.
Oh, lipstick.
Everything.
Oh, wow.
And I know you're not a heat person, so that way, I mean, those peppers.
I was a little worried.
Yep, a little worried.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay. Should I still go for this one?
I would now get
the tenderness of the meat. It just like melts in my mouth.
Yep. And now let's go for a shrimp bite.
Am I doing it with all the avocado again?
You could do whatever you want, but I would make sure you get a nice bite of that shrimp with
I'm not gonna do the avocado this time.
Yep, I'm just gonna go with the straight shrimp and the meat.
Oh my God, this is not attractive. That's real.
I'm telling you.
This is real, people.
Yep. So, now you got that meat with that shrimp and that flavor. So you still got, like I said, as far as we were talking about this earlier, and it's like, my whole goal is to show people how to cook and make more than one meal out of something. So if you go and spend $30 on this thing, I still got a ton of it left. Look how much is in there. There's still a lot. So I can still make more food out of this, you know, and it's going to utilize everything. So that way, you know that now you can, your son's going to be like, oh, you ready? Now you know how to do this. So it's awesome. But I appreciate you coming on to the show.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's amazing having you here.
So good. My pleasure, Mike. This is delicious. Chef's kiss.
Thank you. And like I said, if you guys like what you see, obviously it's been a long time, and I've told you guys this. I'm so sorry for waiting so long to put out another movie, but you know what?
Weren't you busy like losing half of yourself?
I was trying to lose everything. So, you know, and I've done really good at it. So now, guys, I mean, be ready for some like new stuff. I want some dietary stuff. I'm going to bring out some new everything. It's just going to be awesome. So for everybody watching, thank you. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Brie, her content's going to be underneath. If you need a good life coach, this is her. So make sure you hit subscribe, hit her link. We'll have it in the description. And thank you for coming again.
Thanks, Mike. Delish.
Yeah. All right,
I'm going to go eat this over here.
Have a good night, guys.